every revolution or every political movement or any kind of change, and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trash. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government. A lot of it,
because you focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug-ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not going to go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me, not a fucking Fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? And they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic feds because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of
leadership perspective.
They don't have no plan. They don't never talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
I'm going to say eyes out. We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans and we are Americans. Also, I want to say to the people, I know it's tough to know, not to hate on these days, and I was thinking, sometime we get contaminados. I don't know how to say that in English.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. You are watching Nora Christine Live with your girl, Nora Christine, and you just watched a taste of Bad Bunny. He was doing his thank you speech for he winning a Grammys. And I just have to say, this year's Grammys is not like the Grammys of your grandparents' time. Let's watch the rest of his speech. Back in the day, people didn't talk politics. People knew how to speak English. No. Now we are watching this new Grammys. Let's watch the rest of his speech.
The hate get more powerful with more hate. The only thing that is more powerful than hate is love. So, please, we need to be different. If we fight, we have to do it with love. We don't hate them. We love our people, we love our family, and that's the way to do it, with love. Don't forget that, please. Thank you. Thank you, God.
So yeah, guys, as I was explaining to you, we no longer have a Grammys where politics are out of it. We no longer have a Grammys where our winners can get through a speech speaking English. This is the new Grammys, and this is why no one's watching. Last night, the Grammys, which is no longer on mainstream media, has now moved over to being on Paramount. They've now moved to the world of streaming. Right now, for everyone watching for the first time, my name is Nora Christine. This is Nora Christine and the new party. Here we are talking about our weekend recap. We do this every morning at 6 a.m. I was slightly late today, guys. My apologies. The cold has frozen me. It was a little hard to get up this morning, as I'm sure many of you guys know. But here in Florida, we saw record cold. We'll talk about that at the end. And we appreciate you for coming this morning. Mr. Al McQuinn said, actually, no one's watching. Actually, over 120 people are across all platforms. So joke's on you. But nevertheless, we're going to start with our week recap of the Grammys. It didn't feel like I was watching the Grammys. It felt like I was watching a political slander on ICE, a political slander on Trump. It was all about ICE and Trump. I think I heard more about ICE and Trump than I did about actual music. From the clips that I saw, it was really weird. They walked around with their anti-ICE pins. Here is Billie Eilish and what she had to say about her anti-ICE.
No one is illegal on stolen land. And yeah, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now. And I feel really hopeful in this room, and I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter. And
so I wonder if this is what she tells herself when she's hiring undocumented people, because these are the kind of people that hire illegal people, undocumented people. It gives them cheap labor. It gives them people that they can exploit. I wonder if that's what she tells herself. No one is illegal, honey. You don't have a social security, but nobody is illegal, honey. And this is the pompousness of all of this. The fact that the reason why I want you guys to realize the reason why these people don't want to get rid of the undocumented people, so to say, and why they want to get rid of the terms like illegal and things like that is because they want to be able to have cheap labor that they can exploit. These are the people that benefit from cheap labor. I mean, that is the reality of it. You know, the other thing is Nicki Minaj pointed out, a shout out to Nicki Minaj. She said that pretty much that they're doing rituals. She tweeted that out. And when you see this one person, it makes you think, was he a sacrifice? Was he part of a ritual? I mean, it makes you believe it. Let me show you who I'm talking about. This is Justin Bieber performing in his underwear. So Justin, and I'm gonna probably mute and just talk over it. I really don't care about his music. If you guys do, you can go back and watch the clip. But pretty much Justin is performing in his underwear. Justin came out when he was 12 years old. There are rumors, allegedly, I say allegedly because it's not been proven, that he was there at, actually, he stayed with Diddy for a weekend or two. He was there at the Diddy house during these parties when he was 12, 13. We've seen inappropriate photos with him on a beach with Kim Kardashian. We've seen the exploitation of this young man. And it appears now that, you know, he's not even immune to it. He's lost it. You know, he's had several mental breaks, it appears. He's now married to a world famous supermodel, one of the Baldwin brothers' daughters. So, you know, seeing him in the state is weird. It's interesting to me. But yeah, guys, going back to the whole ICE thing, Billie Eilish talked about it. Bad Bunny talked about it. Olivia Dean talked about how she's the granddaughter of immigrants. You might even, you probably won't even know who she is, so I won't even waste your time showing you her clip. They also had the ICE out pins. Trevor Noah made some inappropriate jokes. I will show you Trevor Noah's jokes. Why do I have every boomer's take? Because these people are weirdos. Like, I really don't. I don't like a lot of boomer takes, but this is one that I actually agree on because I do believe that we are watching satanic things from Hollywood, and it's all unraveling. It started with the Diddy trial. It started with the Epstein files coming out. So here's Jelly Roll, guys. I want to show you him. He actually didn't get political. He was one of the only ones that did not get political. He might get kicked out the club for not. Let me play it.
That people shouldn't care to hear my opinion, man. You know, I'm a dumb redneck. I haven't watched enough. I didn't have a phone for 18 months. I've had one for 4 months and don't have social media. I hate to be the artist that's that aloof, but I've become so disconnected from what's happening. And I'm just not I grew up in a house of like insane pandemonium and like I didn't even know politics were fucking real until I was in my mid-20s in jail. Like, that's how disconnected. When you grow up in a drug addict household, you think we like have common calls about what's happening in world politics? Like, we're just trying to find a way to survive, man, you know? And I have a lot to say about it, and I'm going to in the next week, and everybody's going to hear exactly what I have to say about it in the most loud and clear way I've ever spoken in my life. So I look forward to it.
I actually think it's really sad that they're putting this pressure on Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll, I know he doesn't support the things that these people are saying, but if he goes and speaks against it, he will be blackballed. Zazzer writes, I don't think it's a humiliation ritual. I think it's about people trying to talk about him because nobody is anymore. So let me say this when it comes to Justin Bieber. You might be right. However, looking in his eyes, it's like he's sunken. He has definitely been a humiliation ritual. And if you don't believe me, go do your own research. That's the only thing I can say. But anyways, going back to Jelly Roll, Jelly Roll is under a pressure chamber. They are forcing him to have opinions. They're forcing him to be in the middle of this. I miss my celebrities and my actresses without opinions. I don't care what they have to say. Just act, just dribble a ball. This goes to sports people. Just sing a song. I actually don't want to know your political opinions. And I wish we could go back to that because this is destroying our culture of music and entertainment. But, you know, to some extent, maybe it's good they give their opinions so we know who not to support. It's just unfortunate because their opinions are stupid. They're stupid. They're not intelligent people. Speaking of which, here's Trevor Noah. Let's see what he had to say.
Song of the Year. Congratulations, Billie Eilish. Wow. That is a Grammy that every artist wants, almost as much as Trump wants Greenland. Which makes sense. I mean, because Epstein's island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton. So, I told you it's my last year. What are you going to do about it?
Zazzer, absolutely. I don't feel sorry for him either. Let me be clear. With Justin Bieber, what I'm saying is I believe that this started like that. He has a choice to leave the industry, to your point. He could have stepped away as an adult, but unfortunately he chose not to. I mean, look at Dave Chappelle. He stepped away at some point. So I don't believe it's so much of like an occult where you can't get away, but you're choosing at this point. You're choosing to be a part of it. So I agree with you. Also, very inappropriate picture. Look what Kanye done started, y'all. This is blurbed out, but it wasn't blurbed out. Children saw this on the screen. Children saw this. This woman came literally with her breast out. This is where we're at in 2026. Last year, I think the woman at least had something covering her breast with Kanye, his wife. Now we're at the point of just come on with your breast out. What does it matter, guys? Just come like that. This is the America we are living in. This is the world we're in. This is just where we're at, unfortunately. This was Jelly Roll's acceptance speech. And he was, I think, the only one that thanked Jesus, like the only one.
I know they're going to try to kick me off here, so just let me try to get this out. First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, Lord. Second of all, I want to thank my beautiful wife. I would have never changed my life without you. I'd have ended up dead or in jail. I'd have killed myself if it wasn't for you and Jesus. I thank you for that.
So, guys, pretty much where we're at, I haven't even told you a list of winners yet. This is where we're at. We're at the point of where I'm talking to you about the Grammys, but I'm not even telling you about winners. But I will tell you the winners list as the last segment on this. The winners list is Album of the Year, Bad Bunny. He's the first Spanish language album ever to take the prize. If it doesn't tell you everything's connected, it really is. They were like, let's give him Album of the Year. He's performing at the Super Bowl. Maybe we'll finally get some views. Record of the Year is Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Song of the Year is Wildflower by Billie Eilish. Best New Artist is Olivia Dean. So pretty much those were the top takes. I'm not going to go down any of the other lists. I'm sure you guys don't care because I really don't care either. But this is what's trending this morning. And this was the Weekend Recap. For those of you guys watching for the first time, this is the Weekend Recap. We do this every Monday and Friday morning at 6 a.m. And so what we do is we do a recap of today's stories. And this is a intro to what we normally do.
Good morning and welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine and I'm the host of Weekend and Weekday Recap, bringing you the stories everyone's talking about and the ones they don't want you to hear. We're breaking down all the latest in politics, culture, and the moments that shape the headlines live at 6 a.m. every
Okay, guys, so we're back at it. Good morning. So here we are. We're doing the weekend recap. As I stated, we kicked it off with the Grammys. Now we're doing a reset. Okay, guys, we're switching on over and we're going to talk about the Epstein files, guys. The Epstein files was a big, massive dump. We saw it. Everybody's obsessed with it. It is all everyone can talk about. So we have another Epstein files dump, okay? After intense political pressure, Congress passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act, requiring the Department of Justice to release its full investigative files on Jeffrey Epstein. So of those of you that may or may not know, Jeffrey Epstein died in federal custody in 2019, and the law set a deadline in December 2025 that compelled DOJ to publish remaining records, okay? So we see these dumps. We see this going on. We definitely have people that are very obsessed with the Epstein files, and for good reason that people are talking about it, right? But the obsession has just become unnormal. This is like all they care about. They don't care that the government shut down. They don't care what's being passed. And I kind of have a problem like that because I'm okay. You know, I'm for the Epstein files too, but I don't think it should be like our obsession. And this is where we're at, unfortunately. So I'm going to talk about it again because this is what was trending, guys. So much so, Trevor Noah, last thing I will say about the Grammys, Trevor Noah talked about it. And I think Trump is threatening to sue him now after this joke. Let's watch.
Song of the Year. Congratulations, Billie Eilish. Wow. That is a Grammy that every artist wants, almost as much as Trump wants Greenland. which makes sense. I mean, because Epstein's island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton. So, I told you it's my last year. What are you going to do about it?
Trump did not like that joke. Trump tweeted out he is going to sue him. He's going to sue CBS, so he better not make jokes like that. Trump is not playing in 2026, y'all. He's saying you make any type of inappropriate allegations or jokes, we have a problem. But nevertheless, the files came out and a new rumor came out, y'all. Y'all are going to love this. Y'all are going to love this tea I got for you, okay? Y'all ready for this rumor? You're going to love it. If you're watching, please hit the like button. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Here we go. So the new tea, y'all, is Jeffrey Epstein is Zohran Mamdani's biological father, allegedly. I have to use the word allegedly, y'all, because this is allegedly. And I'm going to tell you the connection now. His mom, Mara, the lady you see here, was a prominent filmmaker in New York in the 80s and ran the same circles they're saying as Jeffrey Epstein. She produced a creepy documentary about children of a desired sex in 1987, when only a few years before Zohran was born. Believe it or not, Zohran's mom was married to a man named Mitch Epstein from 1981 to 1989. Mitch and her was together. Mitch Epstein. The word around is notable because that is literally what it says on her about page. So she met her second husband, Mahmoud Mamdani, this man's father, in 89, during film research in Uganda, married him in 1991. And then Zohran was born in October 1991 in Kampala. Mitch and her had no kids, okay? And they were married for around 8 years because, again, she's very vague about this. She's not very clear about this. So people are saying that they think that with this overlapping, that this could be Zohran Mamdani's father. One's in the chat if you think it's true, guys. One's in the chat if you think it's true. One's in the chat if you think Epstein could be Zohran Mamdani's father. Anyways, that's what everybody is saying. He came out of nowhere. Okay, we got lots of ones. We got lots of ones in the chat. So I'm just giving y'all the tea. Okay, I don't say it's true or not. I'm just telling you what the people are saying this weekend. The people are saying that this is most likely his father. Also, an interview came out with Epstein and Bannon. I don't know how true that is, but that did come out. This is another picture, guys, a close-up. This is Epstein with Nina. This is the mother. And he talks about her in an email. Just left Ghislaine's townhouse. This was an email from 2009, October 2009. After party for files, Bill Clinton and Jeff Bezos was there. So was director Mina Nair, etc. So she's involved. She's definitely involved. She did not come out of nowhere. Okay. I don't know, guys. It's not a coincidence. Nothing is coincidence, guys. These people are groomed. These people are picked to be in it. And honestly, we should be sick of all of them on both sides. This is Jeffrey Epstein seen escorting someone with him. This came out too, because multiple clips came out over the weekend, guys. I'll read you some more stuff as that plays on the screen. What else came out? Hold on. Okay, make sure I'm on the screen still. So Donald Trump was mentioned thousands of times and appears in multiple documents. Elon Musk now has been mentioned. Email correspondence with Epstein is included in the records. Bill Gates. Guys, Bill Gates. Let's talk about how sick and creepy Bill Gates is. All allegedly. This is all from the emails, guys. Allegedly, Bill Gates is telling him in an email that he tried to get some sort of shot for something. I guess he got some sort of disease from one of these weekends with these young, I don't even want to say women, with these young girls. And then he was trying to sneak it and secretly give to his wife at the time. That is disgusting. And you want us to trust this person to be over the vax? This person was trying to give the vax to people in Africa. All allegedly, guys, all allegedly. Nothing is proven. I'm on YouTube, so you know I got to watch what I say. Prince Andrew also. Prince Andrew looks like a prince compared to these guys. They're talking about rituals. They're talking about unaliving children in these emails. It is sick, sick stuff, guys. I can't make this stuff up. It is sick stuff. I don't know what to tell you. I cannot believe we're living in a time And look at this. This is a video of him dancing around with a young girl. This came out. So yeah, that's him dancing with the child. You hear her little bubbly voice laughing. I let it replay a couple of times because I want you guys to see it. How inappropriate is this? And he's wearing that infamous sweatshirt. This is clearly, it doesn't look like AI, guys, to me. It looks very, very real. You just never know, guys. You just never know what's AI and what's not. But I do believe this is real, okay? This is also never before seen pictures from his residence. A sculpture of a woman hanging from the ceiling. These are pictures. This is how creepy his residence was, guys. I cannot make this up. This is disgusting. How old is she? How can you tell? You could hear her little laugh. You can't hear her little laugh. She's like, it sounds like a child's voice. I mean, honestly, it sounds like somebody that's prepubescent, like 12 to 15 years old. You can tell a little girl's voice. I don't know. You can just tell. So yeah, this is interesting, guys. This is from the dump. This is from the pictures. This is from his apartment. These are all like, clips that are from the apartment. And they keep talking about Trump. This is Bill Gates. This is Melinda Gates. This is what she had to say about her husband when she was going through.
It's not one thing. It was many things. But I did not like that he'd had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards.
Melinda French Gates opens up following her and Bill's divorce and the role Jeffrey Epstein played in their split. The power couple revealed last year that they ended their 27-year marriage.
Any of the questions remaining about what Bill's relationship there was, those are for Bill to answer.
That's Melinda sitting down with CBS Morning's Gayle King on Thursday, her first wide-ranging interview since the split announcement in May.
Divorce is a painful process, even when it's what both parties want. It still is a very painful, personal decision.
It wasn't one moment or one specific thing that happened. There just came a point in time where there was enough there that I realized it just wasn't healthy and I couldn't trust what we had.
Among those contributing factors, Bill's connection to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The disgraced financier died in jail in 2019 while awaiting trial for sex trafficking charges.
It was also widely reported that Bill had a friendship or business or some kind of contact with Jeffrey Epstein.
It's not one thing. It was many things. But I did not like that he'd had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you made that clear to him?
I made that clear to him.
Melinda admits.
So why am I playing this clip, guys? I'm playing this clip because in the emails that came out, Bill Gates tells Jeffrey, look, we cannot be friends anymore. My wife doesn't like it. So this has now come out in the emails. So one will say, what is real? What is not? There's been multiple verifiable things with a lot of these emails. So then how do you decipher what is fake? Because a lot of the people love to defend their favorite people, whether it be Trump, Bill Clinton, and they say, oh, no, that's fake. That's fake. But then there's been verifiable things. We are truly living in a time where we have satanic people with children running our country and running this world, unfortunately. All allegedly, all for entertainment purposes. I said allegedly. This is where we're at, guys. This is the 2026 we're living in. Now we know about it. So what are we going to do? Are we going to vote them out? Are we going to continue to be okay with this? Well, we're right leaning. We represent all sides, but most of us on here are right leaning. And we're talking about it. We are going to talk about it. We will be talking about it tonight. We live stream Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Our stream tonight will most likely be on Epstein because these people need to be held accountable. And this is what's trending. That's the reality. But also, these people need to be held accountable. It is disgusting and sick to watch and see children on streams. Anyways, nevertheless, guys, we'll switch gears here. We're going to go on over to the anti-ICE protests. So we do have a lot of anti-ICE protests around the country. Where we're at right now is ICE People are sick of ICE. They're mad at ICE. ICE, 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 baby. We literally have ICE everywhere, and people are sick of ICE. And I mean literal ICE, because it's even cold here in Florida. But people are sick of ICE, allegedly. That's what we're being told. They're sick of ICE. Despite 77 million people literally voting for this, they're saying people are sick of it. So the waves of protests started in Minnesota, but it spread across the country, guys. We are also seeing it spread to a classroom near you. What do I mean by that? Well, there's a latest trend where the protests are spreading to classrooms. Let's watch. So what you're watching here, guys, is a new trend where they are leading protests around the country of children. I'm not making this stuff up. This is real. People are protesting all over the country, the elementary schools, the middle schools, the high schools. I wish I was making this up. I told you what allegedly. I just said to you what the trend was allegedly. People are talking about it online. This is trending. We cover trending news. We cover it. I didn't say it's real. I don't actually believe Zoran Mondani is Epstein's son, but what I do believe is he didn't come out of nowhere. Let me say this. He did not come out of nowhere, and this proves he didn't come out of nowhere. So again, this is why what was the joke I told you guys? People get in their feelings about their favorite people, and they don't want truth. They don't want truth. They say it's made up, it's lies. But it's only true when it's against your team or against the other side, when your team is against it. That's what makes it true, right? And this is the problem. This is why we need to stop with the teams in this country, because the teams are really messing with people's logic to see things clearly and see reality, okay? It really is, guys. It really is, and it's unfortunate that you guys cannot have discernment to see what's real and what's fake anymore. But yeah, despite the cold, people are protesting all over, okay? There was a big protest in LA this weekend, guys, and it turned pretty violent pretty fast. Let me show you clips of the protests in downtown LA. Let's watch. So yeah, guys, as you guys can see, they're waving the Mexican flag. So interesting to me when we have these protests. Never once do they wave the United States flag. Never once do they wave even American, like their state's flags. It's always waving Mexico, rando flags that have nothing to do with America. Okay. And this is where we're at. You know, hundreds of gathered in anti-ICE protests, largely peaceful, but later that night they turned violent. Portland, Oregon, a protest including women and children. I saw a clip with a woman that was pregnant at a protest. She got hit in the stomach with some long non-lethal thing. And she said, oh, well, now I'm going to lose my baby. Well, why were you there at a protest while you're pregnant? I'm going to just leave that out there. I'm sorry that she's going to lose her baby, but why were you there pregnant? So yeah, national shutdown component. Many demonstrators were tied to a coordinated ICE Out for Good or National Shutdown Weekend of Action. The protest prompted contracting responses from political leaders and the federal government. President Trump said that Homeland Security would stand down from intervening in unrest in Democratic-led cities unless asked by local officials. So guys, this is where we're at. You guys got your way. He said, we will not go there to help you with these wild protests unless you're asking us to. I know, I'm with you, Zaza. I'm team purple too. Yeah, I mean, I'm team, not the teams. I'm team United States of America. That would be my flag, the US flag. Yeah, say it again. That's not a US flag. That's an upside down flag. And it should offend you as a United States citizen. Anytime you see someone with the upside down flag, you should run and not talk to the person. The person is a traitor to our country. They are lunatics, like honestly. And comes to a point where you have to realize we are literally living in the time of traitors, okay? There are traitors amongst us. There are traitors amongst us. Hey, I'd rather be the team the president than team anti the president. I was team whatever the president was at the time. When Biden was in office, I supported Biden because I'm a United States citizen. And it's my right as a United States citizen to support our president. We should support our country. Like, that's the problem. So, anyways, like I was saying, it's disrespectful to have the flag upside down. You are absolutely correct. But this is where we're living in, guys. And I wondered, how did the general strike go? Did anyone know anything about the general strike? Was it a success? No one was seen not working the day I worked. When I went out, there were tons of people places. So I guess they didn't strike here in Florida. I don't know. So yeah, this is where we're at, guys. So we're going to switch gears here to our next to last story. And we're going to talk about our partial government shutdown. But in the meantime, before we get to there, if you are watching for the first time, this is Nora Christine. We can recap on the new party. And here we are. We're going to switch over. All right, guys. So our next story is we have a partial government shutdown, guys. I don't know if you're aware of what's going on, but I'm going to give you all the deets on it. So a government shutdown, for those of you that may or may not know, is when Congress fails to pass and the president fails to sign appropriations legislation to fund the federal government for the new fiscal year. And under the Anti-Fiduciary Act, federal agents must stop spending when money runs out. And this is where we're at. So I say partial because only 78% of the government is shut down. In the current case, the spending authority for some major agencies like the housing agency and agencies like that expired at 12:01 a.m. on January 31st. Also, TSA will be impacted, guys. The immediate trigger this time is a funding impasse in Congress over the Department of Homeland Security budget and related immigration enforcement priorities. The Senate passed a bipartisan package that funds most government agencies for the fiscal year and includes a 2-week continuing resolution for DHS, but the House of Reps has not voted on that deal yet, partly because of disagreement between House Republicans and House Democrats, who are insisting on significant immigration reform conditions for DHS funding. So once again, here we are. The Democrats are holding it up. I am all about calling out both sides, but both sides have blame in this. Why can y'all not get it together? The reality is y'all have one job: work together, vote on things, keep the country going. And no, that bell is not a Nazi symbol. Our bell is the Liberty Bell, and it's a symbol of our country. And if you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you. You guys can get out the country. It's that simple. So pretty much where we're at is what they're asking for is they want mandatory body cameras, limits on immigration and customs enforcement operations. Republicans want to fund DHS without these reforms. Divisions exist within GOP ranks over the short DHS extension. I don't understand, for me, and this is where I'm going to call out the Republicans, why can they not have body cams on them? Our police have body cams. Why are they immune from having body cams? I don't agree with that. They should have body cams. Meet them in the middle. Okay, we'll meet you in the middle and let them have the body cams. This is what I'm saying. Both sides are not working together. This is where we're at, guys. This is where we're at. We have a government shutdown over body cameras. Do you realize that the government is shut down over people being mad about us funding something that 77 million people voted on, and the other side being mad about body cameras? This is where we're at in this country, and we need to really be calling it out. We really need to be calling it out. I'm with that too. Why can they not uncover their faces? And this is where I'm probably going to lose my friends on the right. And that's okay, because again, we are the new party. We're about going against the grain and having new ideas. Agencies and programs that will continue to go despite this argument over body cameras is Social Security and Medicare, thank God. U.S. Postal Service, because it's self-funded. Some agencies that already have appropriations for the year, like the VA, thank God our veterans will be taken care of. Agriculture, FDA, thank God our medications will still be regulated. However, essential workers will now be back to working without pay. This is what you guys are forcing. You guys are forcing TSA agents. You guys are forcing the air traffic controllers to work without pay. See, Zaza's on the right with me. She said, I think they should have body cameras. If they have nothing to hide and they're doing nothing wrong, why don't we want body cameras? And this is where I got to agree with the left on. Why don't you guys want these people to have body cameras? Why do they get to have their face covered? Our police don't have their face covered. You know, so again, some things just don't make sense. And this is where we're at. And we need to call it out on both sides, guys, because there's no way our country is going to get pushed forward if we do not call out the fact that our legislators who we voted in, who are paying to pass laws, are not passing laws because they're too busy arguing, or they're too busy traveling, or they're too busy going to a campaign event, raising funds. And this is where we're at most of the time with these people. But yeah, so guys, we're pretty much, this is where we're at. I pray that they come up with an agreement. There are people behind that work for the government that are innocent in all this. They are just literally working for the government and they can't get paid today. They got to go take out loans. Or we have workers that are be going to work and not getting paid. And I don't support that. I don't agree with that. That's definitely not cool. We don't want to see that. We don't want our government shut down. If you guys are watching for the first time, please hit the like button, support the live. I'm going to talk now. My last story of the day is about a weather-related one, a really fun one. It's freezing here in Florida, you guys. We finally saw cold, record Florida cold. I got to show you guys some clips because you know I'm a Florida girly. We don't see snow here, but Jacksonville, just on Saturday, finally saw some snow. It was cold, guys. It was colder here in Florida this weekend than it was in Juneau and Greenland. Juneau, Alaska, and Greenland. Let's sit on that, okay? We had record cold. We also saw snow in places like Jacksonville, like I stated. We saw snow. See, look at that. Colder. That's crazy. Just, it was freezing. Unfortunately, I did not personally see snow, but they, you know, the Southwest region, which is down here, did. The North region did. So yeah, it was interesting to see. This is the weather. We had degrees of 10 degrees, 6 degrees in Tallahassee, 19 degrees in Lakeland, 30 degrees in Miami, guys. That is cold. That is very, very cold. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. If you're watching for the first time, please subscribe to our channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. We go live with a panel style show Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have people from the left to the right. So if you're a lefty and you're in here tonight, come back. You'll like the lefties on our panel. If you're a MAGA Republican, come back tonight. We also have someone for you. Tonight, I believe we are going to be talking about the Epstein files again. I appreciate you for watching. Appreciate you for coming today. And guys, have a safe, good morning. Stay warm. God bless.
Before we wrap, I want to take a quick moment to talk about how you can support the new party. We are an independent media platform. No corporate backers, no political handlers, just a collection of voices representing all American viewpoints, especially the stories they don't want you talking about.
I'm disgusted with our government, and it doesn't matter which party you're talking about. I'm disgusted.
We are watching an active genocide. I don't know how else to put it. There are thousands of people getting killed every day.
This is the first time in history that an American cardinal has ever been elevated to pope. It is legitimately make America great again.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting for illegal immigrants, not immigrants. Illegal. Like, and they burning the flag and shit.
Like I always say, it was a great episode. I'm happy with the wins that Donald Trump's.
Like you heard Nora Skeptic say, we're going to keep bringing like different types of content and things that we know people want to see. And like we always show on the New Party, always know.
If you believe Americans can still have civil discourse, even in these polarizing times, we need your help to stay independent and keep growing. You can support us by donating to our GoFundMe page, becoming a channel member, sending a super chat, or grabbing merch from the New Party store. Every donation goes directly toward growing the channel promotion and our upcoming documentary. And as a thank you, donors will receive an exclusive copy of the documentary 1 week before it premieres. Who is the New Party? We're you, your voice, your stories, your America. We can only do this together. So if you're able, please donate and help us get the message out.